PETA cat. Nobody loves PETA. Hey everybody, welcome back. And today we are doing our top 5 matte drugstore foundations. And I've got to warn you, this could have been a Maybelline video, but I refrained and brought in some other things that I love just as much as some of my Maybelline, but there's a lot of Maybelline in here. I can't help it. I'm a Maybelline foundation type of girl. Anyway, let's get started. First one I want to talk about, everybody knows about, there's a reason why, and that's because it's just so good, and that's the Revlon Color Stay. This is just, it's a great staple, especially if you are a person who does bridal makeup or is looking to get into bridal makeup. Buying a few colors of these that you can mix and match, I would just highly recommend. This makeup is heavy duty, but it's not heavy on the skin. What I mean is that it goes on, it's full coverage, it gives you a beautiful, flawless finish, it's buildable, and it lasts all day. I have used this on brides in the heat, in Virginia, in Texas, in the summer, and if this will last under those circumstances, it's gonna last on anybody. Plus, I really like it. Also, these are like a tie. I'm sorry, I'm cheating. These are also a tie because I love, love, love the Maybelline Super Stay makeup. To me, these are equal in my mind. The only reason this one is edging out the Maybelline is because this comes in either a, what is this one? Either in a combination oily skin formula or a drier, like normal drier skin formula. So this one just gives you a little bit more options, but I love this one just as much. And nobody ever talks about this one. I don't know why, because it's so good. But because you have the variety with this one wins out just a tiny bit. Just, it's close. The next one I want to talk about is the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse Foundation. Now, I love the Dream line from Maybelline. This one I feel just gives me the softest, naturally matte, airbrushed, kind of velvety finish on the skin. I absolutely adore it. I think it's a wonderful foundation. I find it to be medium coverage that is buildable. It's not going to be full coverage, but I love mixing this foundation with other foundations to create a more full coverage foundation, and I just think it's beautiful. It's just light, it feels comfortable, and it just looks so natural on the skin. So this is definitely in my top matte foundations from the drugstore. I could cheat so bad on these because I love drugstore foundation, and I have a ton that I could talk about, but I'm not going to. Next one I want to talk about is also one that everybody knows about. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. This is a demi-matte finish, air light, oil free. This again is a great foundation. This one is super full coverage. My only complaint with this one is that I don't feel like the color range really caters to a wide variety of skin tones. This one is 102 Shell Beige. I know I can never find 101, and this one is too dark for me. I do have to mix things in to lighten it up, but if that's my only complaint, I can make it work. I mean, again, it just wears all day. It's not, I have very, very dry skin, so with this I have to generally mix in something. Not only will I mix in something to lighten it up, but I will use an illuminating primer underneath it. But again, I'm not holding that against the foundation, the fact that my skin is like a desert. You know, that's my own issue. But I love it because when I prep my skin the right way, this wears beautifully. Again, it's a long wearing foundation. It's gorgeous. It's full coverage. It doesn't break down on me. And I don't like that super flat matte finish. So I love that it's a demi matte and that it gives me just a naturally matte finish. It's not dewy, it's not sparkly, but it's also not completely flat. It just looks natural on me, at least when I use this with an illuminating primer. And I love this foundation. It's good. It's good. The next one I want to talk about is another Maybelline foundation. Guys, I can't help it, I'm sorry. And this one, again, is relatively new to the drugstore. This is the new Dream Velvet. I told you I loved this line. Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. Again, it's a hydrating matte foundation. I really enjoy this. First of all, a little bit goes a very long way. You get so much coverage out of just the tiniest little bit of this foundation, which I love. Again, I find it to be buildable. It gives me that really beautiful velvety, this is the way this is kind of the common denominator with all of these foundations, is it just kind of gives me that velvety, kind of soft looking matte finish. I find that it wears really well throughout the day, and I love it. And again, I feel this does that for me. It's matte, but it's not flat. It's that beautiful natural matte finish. I don't know how many times I can say that in this video. The last foundation I want to talk about is another Maybelline foundation. I told you guys, I'm sorry. And this is the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin. I love this. It's got foundation in it. It's got sunscreen in it. It's got a pump, which I love, which is why I love this one so much. I mean, it's just, again, it wears well. It lasts all day on me. It goes on just very easily. It's buildable. I just like it. It just gives me that velvet type finish on the face. That's what I love. This is just my favorite foundation combination. I just think it's great. It's beautiful. And these just work so well together. And this is what I have been wearing on my face a whole bunch over the past couple months. All right, everybody. So those are my top 5 matte drugstore foundations. Again, this is going to be different for everybody because everybody's skin is different. Everybody has different preferences for the finishes and all that kind of stuff. It just depends. This is subjective. It's makeup. It's fun. But let me know what your top 5 are down below. I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing your suggestions. It just gets me excited, and I just, I'm a creepy stalker and I want to know what you guys are doing. Remember to tune in not tomorrow, but the next day, because we're going to have the grand finale of this bonanza of shenanigans with the top 5 matte drugstore eyeshadow palettes. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. I'll see you then, and remember, love your flaws, because that's what makes you you and what makes you beautiful. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.